and we will go on. Enter our dungeon. This is the beginner dungeon, floor 1. Oh yeah, more tutorials, that's good. So we can press A to attack. Oh, there's an enemy right there. So if we move down, they're gonna hit us because their turn came after ours. But I missed. So we get to punch him. Whomped him. And then, see, I can do my directions like this. If I want to lock to diagonals only, I can hold down R while I'm doing it. So I can ensure I always go diagonal. That's nice. They give me a little insight into the item when I picked it up. Let's see. Let's see, I'm 98% belly, floor 1, attack 0. Strength is a weird stat that I'm hoping we don't have to learn about just yet. We'll see. Defense is also 0. Got 3 experience from that giant slug. Oh, there's a giant slug. We ran into him in the darkness. See that my visual range is not that big. Good. You'll notice that actually every couple steps I restore some HP. Oh, there's a slug. So I'm gonna actually press A and B together to wait 1 turn instead of punching the air, which you could also do. That way I don't give up the initiative. It's kind of a small deal, but it's also very important in the long run because see my HP is going to continuously take a beating. Oh, and I leveled up. Oops. And see, my attack and defense didn't go up, but or my strength for that matter. But I did get a lot of extra HP from 15 to 21. Holy bread! So let's see some of our stuff. So we get info. Identify items with identify scroll. Expanse a small belly. I don't know about that. Moldy bread has a side effect. Will be poisoned if you eat it. Which I guess in a pinch you might still be willing to do. Let me see. Oh yeah, if I hold down the B button I can see the menu. Or the map. You might have noticed the staircase. I already found it. Which I could just go to the next floor, which is probably fair enough for this. But it's probably not the best idea. Because there's a lot of items around that might be good for me to continue my journey. Mostly I'm hoping to find a weapon and a shield. Because my attack strength did go up when I leveled up. There's a steel staff. The staff is a very specific kind of item. It's not like let's see. I'm free to rename it, but that's only I don't actually know what it does until I identify it. I hang on to it and not use it because I'm not really desperate yet. But you can see there's a lot of enemies, and in fact, if we just continue... Oh yeah, I can hold down the B button to run. If we just continue wandering, there will be more and more enemies. Don't think this is one of the games where they will ever stop. But... yeah, it's just difficult to know the lay of the land. We'll be able to figure that out by context later. Let's see. So this is basically all the items on the floor. Now it's okay to go ahead and also stay. I'll restore my HP by waiting. And the stairs are on the ground under me and I can go. Now we're on floor 2. Oh, look, there's a shield. Now it's telling me how to move diagonally. So I can just equip it. I don't actually know what the bronze shield does. but by equipping it, it appears to just be a regular bronze shield. We'll see why that might not have been a great idea. Oh, it's a bang scroll. I will cast a spell on the whole room. One thing that I'm missing from later mystery dungeons is pressing the facing button will actually automatically make you face a nearby enemy. We didn't actually have that back now, so I have to be very careful that I face them manually and don't waste my turns attacking the air. Oh, there's a lot of slugs here. It's good for experience though. Oh, and here's a... In the old translation, they would have called it Omanja, but in modern times it's called a platypunk. So that's the reason for that weird name. There's a copper sword. Oops. I'm just gonna equip it since I... Wait, oh, it's on the next page. That's a copper sword plus 1. By pressing the Y button, I can sort the inventory, which is very helpful. Looks like this slug is asleep. You can see my attack went way up because of my shield. Warp. But yeah, my sword, copper sword plus 1, gave me 3 attack, and then 1 more for the plus 1. The copper shield, or sorry, the bronze shield is 3 defense, which is pretty good compared to 0. But yeah, you can go pretty fast to save some time exploring. It's basically the same as just doing it manually yourself. It's not anything extra. You don't really need to explore in the full length of every map as long as you figure out where things are on it. And we're on the next floor. Yeah, that's true. We knew that part because I wouldn't let us not use the menu this whole time. Looks like we got some good stuff on this floor. Move diagonally. There's another copper sword. I doubt it will also be, it'll necessarily be any better, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just a regular copper sword. So I want my better one. Anyone experienced in Mystery Dungeon knows that it's not necessarily the best move that I just did. But I don't want to have to identify it just to find out that, especially early on. Oh, I have 2 identify scrolls. Might actually be a good idea to identify one of those staves. So I'm going to read it on one of my steel staff. It is actually an expel staff. Wait, oh, it identified everything in my inventory. Wait, no, what? Oh no. Here's what's the deal with that, is that I guess all steel staves in this dungeon are expel staves. I've only identified the one, but it keeps track of that for me. So, the other one is also an expel staff. I just don't know how many uses it has because I didn't identify it. It's a little confusing. There's another bronze shield. Yeah, that slug woke up when I got near it. So let's see. I have another bronze shield. Let's see what this one is. It's a regular bronze shield. So they're both equal. If you know anything about Dragon Quests, which is basically in the DNA of Mystery Dungeon at this early juncture in its history, just equipping stuff at random may not be the best idea. But we'll see that later. Oh, there's a buy kill. And raise my strength my weapon up. Another bicycle. Let's see then. We have a strength seed. Just like in Dragon Quest, if I eat it. Now my max strength is 9. You notice that 8 is a pretty high starting level, but we don't get to find out why that is the way it is too early. Oh, there's a slug. So we're cruising pretty well on this trial beginner dungeon. Yep, I've already explained that part. Oh yeah, eavesdrop. Well, since we're learning, and this is a brand new floor, might be useful to take a look at this and get some understanding. You can see how we can see where the monsters are on the floor, even though we haven't seen the rooms they're in. You see the monsters are all moving at the same time. One thing that's not technically obvious is corners. They try to attack around the corner. Melee attacks do not go around corners. And the enemy knew that, so they didn't try that. But it's a useful demonstration. See, we got a little stronger. Our attack did go up, even though our strength stats and our attack stat didn't change. So there is a baseline attack that grows with you as you gain levels. Oh, here's a new monster. Mushrooms. It's a toadstool. I believe currently those are known as fungal. They're like haunted mushrooms. Like you need an excuse for a mushroom to come to life and chew. You may notice that monsters can see you at the same radius you can. So like, when they walk away from our little light radius, if you imagine the same around them, they can no longer see you, so they just wander off. But like when you're in a room, you see everything in the room, including the space right at the entrance, which you can't see into the room until you enter it. Gives a little insight into how monsters decide to move towards you. So you can see we're finding money. Our health is slowly returning. There's the staircase. We can tell because of our eavesdrop, there's monsters in other rooms, but not near us. You can see as soon as you enter a room, you can see all the items in it. Got a by-kill, an elixir, and there's upper. Alright, so let's see. A big part of this is trying to make up for the fact that you can't carry a lot of things. But, that's fair. Let's equip this club. See, the club only has an attack of 1. Gonna put back on our sword. We have 2 identical shields. We have a lot of by-kill. And an upper scroll, for that matter. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read the by-kill, and it changes our copper to an extra plus level. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for copper sword, since fair enough, we might want a better weapon. And I'm also gonna read the upper on our bronze shields, so I can pick up the thing I'm already standing on. Read the upper again. So we got pretty strong equipment now compared to, well, we started with nothing. See how much damage we're doing now. So it's a pretty good power trip. You can see there's 2 more enemies left, including an enemy in a room that we had already been in. Oh, there's a wizard. He's asleep. But I don't know if we want to fight him. this could go badly. I'm gonna start by... let's get some distance. Start by throwing my club at him. It didn't do much damage, but the club wasn't doing us any good. Throw the sword at him. 3 damage. Throw our extra shield at him. Actually, let's throw the moldy bread at him. It's a good chance to share somehow. But the moldy bread hits the magician. He just took damage. I was kind of hoping he'd be poisoned. Okay, so he took a fair amount of damage even with this really strong sword. Okay, so you can definitely see that there's more enemies. They're unlimited, basically. Which is one way to go about this kind of thing. Yeah, copper and bronze. They're just standard. Oh, see, he woke up. Oh, he had a shield. Scale shield. Oh, that's nice. But it's actually nicer than our bronze shield because we have a defensive 5. This has an ability. So if I had saved those upper scrolls, the scale shield would have been a better candidate because it has higher base defense. And it has a special ability. Since we're not dealing with anything that deals poison yet, we can probably just stick with our stronger physical defense. Yeah, we can change direction. We listen to the guys in the room. Belly's rumbling. Yeah, we're at 19%. Just continue letting that belly get empty. Just to see what it's like. It doesn't go down super fast. You see the magician is asleep. The giant slug wasn't. So it was immediately alerted to our presence. So there's no reason to engage that magician just straight on right now. If that seems kind of unadventurous, you're right. That's just kind of the way it is. Got a gold staff. You see, the gold staff is totally unidentified because we've never found one around here. So we use one of our scrolls to identify the gold staff. It's a chaos staff. It causes erratic monster movement. Could be useful. And it's got 6 uses, so it encourages some amount of experimentation. Getting really hungry. Fair enough. A return herb. Good. Night guy. Kinda don't want to live in fear of this guy when we're almost done. We're gonna fight him. So he didn't wake up when we got next to him, which is interesting, but also not normal per the series as it continues on. If I hit him, yeah, he does 4 damage per hit, which is bigger than anything else. And I've got a decent shield. What we're really worried about is if he decides not to physically attack. Whoops, I just walked into that. We should have waited in the doorway until he got closer. It's not too big of an error now, but it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I got close to this guy. And he died. And that's everything for this floor, looks like. Ah, there's a trap. Yeah, I fell asleep, and I'm asleep until it wears off. It's not good if you're near monsters. Okay, so I'm at 0 belly. I'm starving to death. See how everything is freaking out now. Every time I step Or wait, it takes away my HP. So I will actually that bread now. Let's see, bread gave me 50% belly, essentially. I'm gonna wait for my HP to refill. Now we can go down. Oh, that is a mummy. Oh yeah, select will display the map like this. So yeah, the mummy is a lot stronger than everything so far. May want to be very careful engaging those. Even the magicians I was worried about didn't do that much damage. But there's another reason to worry about magicians. Gee, I wonder if magicians know how to do magic. Bronze. Oh, there's a mummy. We can take him. Oh my goodness. If I attack him and miss, he might actually kill me in return. Let's take a look at what we got here. Small amount of HP, that seems fair. Yep, that's a pretty good amount for our HP. And as you see, the stronger enemies are worth a very good amount of experience. So let's take a look here. Oh, there's our bronze shield, let's see. It's just a regular bronze shield. I didn't figure so, and even if it was good, it probably wouldn't be +2 or better. So these return actually teleport you somewhere else on the floor, which is a little counterintuitive to what you might have been thinking. The elixir herb is worth a lot. The guy in the king's room said that it's actually going to give you a huge room-filling explosion, so we're going to use that when it's more applicable. Oh, you can actually have a clairvoyant scroll, so we'll actually do that just to see what it does. Oh, there's a zombie right behind me, or a mummy. Time to fight. You can see how my attack getting better is very useful for this. So you can see if I went down that route, I wouldn't find any more items, so I'm just not going to go that way. Oh, there's an imp. Oh yeah, they called them demonite. Oh no! Oh dang. The demonite took my item and ran away. But yeah, those are just called imps these days, I think. There's a lead staff. Since he's not awake, I'm just gonna loot around him. Oh, a steel axe. So let's see, my attack is 7. I equip the steel axe. Yeah, it's 4, so that would have been a good base to build a new weapon on, but this Bikill scroll infused sword has really made it very strong. So you can see when I hit that demonite, he's resting. He decided not to use a move. But he stole my steel axe. There's this guy. I think we're feeling bold. I think we can handle, even if he does the worst case. Oh no, he casts sleep. And you can see, I'm asleep. And him hitting me doesn't hurt me. He's got me in like a chain combo. This is bad. Kill him. Oh my goodness. That was very dangerous. That is why it is not a good idea to engage that sometimes. So let's see. The muddle can throw it to make it run away. It'll inflict it with fear, basically, and it will run away for a while. Good, we have another elixir. In case we get into trouble. See, there is a demonite. Yeah, see, he's running away from me because he's one of the ones that robbed me. So, if I hit him... Oh, he warped again. So I'm actually going to play this all safe. I'm going to throw my shield that I'm not using at him. It's took a few damage. I was hoping that would be enough to get him where I want him. That's a steel shield. Well, let's see, my current defense is 5. Yeah, my defense is 6 now, even better than my +2 bronze shield. Well, that's actually a better one. I don't think it has any special things. Yeah, it's just a good defensive boost. It's the toadstool. Waiting to see if it poisoned me. Poison is not a status ailment, it reduces your strength by 1. Now watch what happens with my regular attacks. Well, it's probably a bad example because of how overkill I am to him, but my attacks got weaker. Although, they are basically equivalent to what they were before. It's the Demon Knight still running away. Oh, here he is. What? So you can see it would be awfully difficult and annoying to chase him down. It'd be a lot easier if I had a eavesdrop scroll. Let's head for the stairs and see if we see. So that's a new Demon Knight. Here's what I'm going to do to this guy. I'm going to throw the shield I'm not using. Did 3 damage. I'm going to throw... I don't really want to throw any things I have right now. Ah, I took my spare shield. You notice they're not taking anything that I have equipped, which is handy. What? If I go towards where big rooms are, I'll probably have a better chance of just running into them. There's a mummy. Yeah, that loss in attack that I took is pretty bad against mummies. Since I still have bread, I'm not really feeling like it's a problem if I hang around trying to get my stuff back. Although, I won't want to go for too long because that big bread is my only one. And after seeing what poison does to you, I probably don't want to, dang it. Still warping away. Guess I should fight this mummy. Good experience. Okay. There's another platypunk. I might just give up on these imps. They're wasting a lot of my time and hunger. And it's for stuff that I really wasn't interested in keeping. Even though I put a lot into that shield, I got a better one. Let's identify my lead scroll though. Or my lead staff. It is a thunder staff. That's actually a really good thing to have. It's a ranged weapon. So, in the future I can actually use that to avoid a lot of the problems that I've run into here. Yeah, I don't have any. I'm out of arrows. They did tell me how to sort my inventory, which is nice. Alright, so here is that magician. If I wave it, it did 22 damage. That's a lot of damage. It's a fixed thing based on the item itself. But it can be really handy for diffusing enemies before they get to you. Oh, this is important here. Got the blaze. Spew fire directly ahead of you. Oops. Well, there goes my strength. This is bad. That is not good. My attacks are permanently weakened further. So I'm 2 points below where I started. I might have a hard time beating certain enemies. Swing my thunderstaff at this guy. So. Yeah, you'll notice that they give you this warning that you're dying until it gets to this point, and then you really need to. And then my belly is actually full. I'm at 99% from 0. Technically, 0 is probably like a -1 state, but it's easy just to say that it filled my belly. So what I'm going to do here, put on my scale shield. There's less defense, but it'll prevent me from getting poisoned. And then I'll just switch back to my steel shield. And I guess I'll pull out the scale shield. It repelled the poison, so see, I'm not poisoned. And he wasted his turn on trying to do a status ailment that I can't be inflicted with. Which is a pretty big deal, because I don't need my defense going any lower. So if an imp stole this from me, I probably would have wanted to go face him down for that. So I could see the floor layout. So you can see how clairvoyant, torch, and eavesdrop all give you different versions of revealing the map. And it's on a floor-by-floor basis. So that could be handy. Oh, there's an arrow. I've got 20 wood arrows, which is a very good thing to have. I'm a little surprised and disappointed that we didn't have any arrows before. The hair watch. Oh, I got it. And that only did 5. But it's every little bit helps. Oh wow, these guys have a lot of HP. But they're worth a lot of experience. Oh, there's a clairvoyance. So you can see there's a lot of like higher level strategy going on every time I do a little thing. Find a monster or find an item. And it's a little contrary to normal RPG tactics where it's just like picking the same things over and over again and defeat all the enemies, watch number get big. Restore my HP before I go on. As I'm just sort of like throttling. I'm tapping A and B together instead of holding it down, which would definitely get the job done, but it would just uncontrollably advance and carry on my hunger. So, floor 8. Oh, I found a chaos staff. You'll notice that it's called chaos instead of, I believe that was lead. But they'll start identifying them by sight, but now it's telling you what kind of material it used to be. They would have told you. Let's see. Let's use the torch just to take a look at its effect. It's not really one of my favorites because it revealed the map, but now I don't know which part of it. Oh, I should have watched where I was going. Let's eliminate the mummy first, because it wasn't really our enemy. Ooh, but the ranger sent us here. Which is fine, I guess. But yeah, enemies that you haven't seen before might have a special effect like this. me show you a thing here. If you have a projectile, like an arrow, I can shoot it around the corner. I believe modern times the rangers are known as lump wizards, because they look kind of lumpy. Anyway, because I used the torch scroll, I can see where the staircase is, which is handy. Oh, look, here's some more arrows. I have a lot of wood arrows now. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, here comes a mummy. See how he's around the corner twice? I can shoot this diagonal. Do it again. And he died. Here, I'm gonna shoot here and hit the demonite from really far away. You can see my arrows all stacked together. So that head start I got on fighting it was very useful. There's a bronze shield. I don't really have a good reason to pick that up anymore, knowing it's probably now a +2, and it doesn't have a special ability, so I'm just gonna leave it. And he warped me. Oh, there's you. I'm gonna back up to this doorway first. Now, a side effect of the torch scroll is that I seem to be able to see regardless of my vision range, which is kind of nice actually. With the scale shield, I give up a turn, but I also don't have to worry about getting poisoned. The moldy bread does not seem very appetizing, especially given that it doesn't poison enemies, as far as we can tell anyway. And medical herb, we definitely want this. I don't really foresee us needing too many return seeds or return herbs compared to medical herbs. We don't want to get rid of our returns entirely, we just don't want to... Oops, didn't watch the room. You can see enemies naturally move diagonally because they know the shortest distance. Oh wow. That's probably bad. So I'm not going to touch that. The torch scroll probably showed us that. Gonna wave the thunder at this guy. Shoot him with arrows. Wow, that was a lot of missing. Not the strength seed. It's good, we actually want that. Let's throw the bread. And land on the ground. And so let's see. My strength went up. Whoops. Yeah, my strength went up by 1, but my max strength is not any. Oh, there's an antidote. Let's take that. Let's throw the bread again. Yeah, this would have been helpful to see before the seed, but it was also important that we know. Our strength is up to 9 again. And also, we could have put it up to 10 if we had known. I think we're just going to advance the floor. Oh, there's a lump wizard. He's active. I'll just shoot him. Hey, that's cool. Got it. Oh, there's a chimera. This could be a problem. Let's see. Oh, sorry. They're called wyverns in the old version. Yeah, these are strong. I'm pretty strong too, but I do not want to go head-to-head with those too much. I can help it. I don't know what enemy that is, but I'm gonna shoot it. Oh, it's a deer ranger. That's fair enough. Just gonna let him get closer so I can kill him. There's an identify scroll. Don't actually have anything that needs to identify yet. I'll probably just leave it until I find something I need to identify around here. We've been doing pretty well for ourselves even without identifying things. Ah, there's steel arrows. Those are good. I don't want to have those. I guess we should read a clairvoyant scroll. Good. Really don't think we care about this bronze. Now we can see where the other items on the floor are. That's an elixir herb. Let's take care of this guy. He took my moldy bread, how dare he? That means I don't have to worry about juggling it inventory-wise. There's a few items left to get. I'll probably go for them because they could be pretty significant. You may have noticed that there's some pretty good items that I just happened to find that absolutely changed everything, like that antidote herb. Oh, there's an arrow. Silver arrow, actually. Not the demonite orbs. That was one of the ones that robbed me. Oh wow, he got in a few more turns than I expected. Let's see. Let's throw this. You see that they don't have a lot of carry. So let's take a look at some of these. So they attack from a distance. So just extra arrow types. It's honestly good to have any kind of arrow a lot of the time. See, by attacking it from afar, I didn't even have to worry about the poison. So if you don't have a scale shield, you have arrows, there's other ways to deal with that situation. Well, I'm probably gonna get warps. Nope. Oh no, this guy. So I'm gonna wave my thunder staff at him. And then I'm gonna kill him. So that way I only had to trade blows with him once. Wyverns are pretty strong. They are definitely causing a problem here. What was his spell again? Oh, it warps the monster away. I really don't feel like we need more than we have of that. It's good to have it as an option, but it shouldn't be our go-to. Notice we're already on floor 9, which is pretty good. We're only targeting floor 10 for this, our trial dungeon. Which has turned out to be a lot more... Oops. Well, I don't want to get poisoned again. You always want to watch out what's in her... Oh, wow. Before you just wander into a room. You can see everything from one space in. I'll just assume it was empty because you were there before. And my belly is rumbling. Oh, there's one of those guys. Oh, he's running away. He saw me. Oh, he died. Cool. And there's the moldy bread that I lost. But I do kind of need bread, but I don't want to poison myself. I could probably keep going. But you notice we didn't find a whole lot of bread, and what we did find was moldy. I don't know what that is in the distance, so I'm going to start heading towards the doorway in case it's active. Yeah, so it gives us enough space, let it know what it was. If it was asleep, it wouldn't have approached us. Could have made a plan for that. A lot of money. Oh, the money is actually on screen at all times. Obviously, money is good because Torneko is a merchant. He's in it for the money. Oh, okay. Luckily, we didn't give up our turn of advantage. And there we go. So, not too much so far that I couldn't just like run around and dash stuff in the head with. I probably would have had a few points less strength, so I'd be a little bit upset about that by now. Oh look, here's a thing. The jewel box that we were assigned to find. Use the clairvoyant because we need a space. Got the jewel box. The whole reason we're here. And if we give it back to the king, he'll let us into the mysterious dungeon. You know, the one that's real instead of this one. This one is pretty darn as mysterious as it is. I don't think I care about a club. Oh no, it's a wyvern. I really wish I had a turn of advantage on this guy, but that's fine. If I knew he was there, I could have had an extra spare turn. Cool. I'm not sure if the toadstool poison attack is ranged. Some enemies can hit you around corners like that. You gotta be careful about, yeah, it's a sleeping enemy. Oh look, it's bread. I hope it's not moldy. It's a big bread, yes. Let's, make a spot for this for a second. Yeah, we're at 2%, I might as well just eat it now. Oh, it actually only goes to 99 because the turn I spent eating probably cost me 1% hunger. That's what that's all about. I should have thought of that. So far, I feel like we've... Oh, it's another one of these guys. Wave at him. And kill him. So instead of trading like 4 blows with him, plus more if I miss, we get a pretty good result. I'm going to shoot him with an arrow. And then I'm going to wave my... Oh, I don't have any more Thunder Staff, but I can throw this at him. And it's exactly the same as if I had cast the spell. Only now I don't have the staff anymore. Which wouldn't have been any use to me anyway, because it has no more uses. That's kind of an important advanced lesson. I don't know. Oh, he's asleep, so... Still not good enough to do that combo. I'm level 10. One thing... Oh yeah, you notice the staircase is leading up now. So now we're on floor 9. We actually have to leave the dungeon manually, which is not normal for the series, I'm going to point out. But it seems that that's one of the little quality of life adjustments. This was a brand new idea at the time, so it made sense logically. I think the thing about it, the reason why they stopped doing that, is that if you can survive floor 10, you could probably just get out. It'll just take you longer. I'm not sure if they put more items in these lower floors, but I'll just play it by ear and see what we do here. Cool. Oh, and arrows. Nice. See, my arrows are slowly upgrading. I'm finding more and better stuff. So let's see, Just gonna look around to see if we see anything. I don't think this is identical layout to the rooms we were already in, but that's just me thinking out loud. I only have one wood arrow, so I'm gonna switch them because that cost me a turn. You see, steel is way more powerful. Or you could just fire it directly. Medical herb. See, I freed up a space by switching my arrow types. Let's see, whatever it is, it's not moving. Okay. Oh no, there's a wyvern. Let's duck into this doorway so we're not getting attacked twice. Oh no, he stole my thing. Anyway, I'm gonna run out of chances to show you this, but the fire-breathing blaze herb, it does a huge amount of damage, so that can get you a very nice, easy kill on a powerful enemy. Like that. Oh yeah. Upper. Yes, we'll upper my steel shield. Since that's the one we're using to take most of our damage. Oh, there's a wyvern. Shoot him. Shoot him. Kill him. So you see having a nice variety of weapons and items. Oops, let's see. Oh, there's a sleeping wyvern, but since I have plenty of arrows, oh wow, nice. So it's a little more involved than just move around, beat up thing. You gotta worry about whether or not you get to hit first. Let's equip these. You can see the silver arrows are actually piercing through the enemies. My scale shield. Oh, there's the one that took my elixir, or my medical, sorry. I really want that scale shield in case I run into Mongols. Oh no. Alright, well we got this. Yes. Getting stronger. Getting stronger, asterisk. The other really big thing that people are not always keen on. Oh my goodness. I don't remember seeing this many wyverns on this floor before. Sure hope we're not going to run into wyverns all the way back up. In which case, 10 floors is technically correct, but also a lie. There you go. There's my shield. Wanted it. Now I can leave. Little side note, this song that is played on most floors in different renditions and remixes is Torneko's theme. Plays on the overworld for the entirety of his chapter. I never would have thought of nearly as many versions of this song as we've even heard just now. But it's his own game, so his theme gets to be important. Hopefully you like his theme. Otherwise this might be a form of torture for you. So yeah, we should be strong enough to take anything on our way back out. Hopefully. Still haven't found the staircase. Yeah, I'm not finding any items, so I'm thinking that we're not going to. Kind of a waste using my silver arrows like this. It is good to know that we will be getting items from enemies, at least. Oops. I didn't wake him up. I meant to press Y and turn my facing. Demonites typically have pretty strong items. I should say useful. Clairvoyant isn't strong, but it is very useful. Guess we can use it to settle that idea whether there's items or not. If there aren't, then it wasn't going to do us any good anyway. Yeah, there's no items on the floors. I'm pretty sure that's just the way it would have been. Oh. I did not want to fall asleep when I missed. There, now he's both awake. Oh man. I think because of the piercing nature of the arrow, the silver arrows, they don't bounce off walls. So if you miss, you're not going to get it back. Well, there's no reason to loot this intensely anymore, so we'll just keep going. Let's see, our arrow supply is getting lower, but it's not too bad. And obviously it goes without saying that hitting with the silver arrow is also a reason not to expect to pick it up, even though it went through. Look, there's stairs. It's funny hearing all the different versions of the theme just going up in rapid order. Picking on the local wildlife. Oops. Didn't see him there. That one I probably couldn't. Oh no. Dang it. Why did I not switch my shield just to be safe? Ultimately, it really doesn't matter, but it's still a bummer, because it's a tactical misstep. That's a platypunk. Getting near him woke him up. I'm used to getting near enemies, waking them up all the time. So it's a little unusual that some heavy sleeping enemies exist in this first installment. I think they decided that sleeping on its own was already enough of a boon for the player. But they need to have two kinds of sleep. Or enemies that sleep deeply, I guess. I could be wrong. I could just be misremembering. There's a magician. Magician's a heavy sleeper, which is actually really useful for us. You do not want to fight those things if you're not ready for them. We're on floor 2. Yeah, the enemies are getting weak. Interesting how high up we're finding magicians, though. Bang. I should probably find a reason to use a bang, just because tutorial is nearing its end. Yeah, might as well. So I'm gonna read it all the way over here, just to give you an idea. It affects the entire room. It's not a lot of damage, but it's pretty free. I'll use the torch scroll next floor, because I'm sure to find the stairs. Yeah, they're there. One more floor to go. Oh, look at that. These guys are ready. I'll eat one attack so I don't have to... Okay. Thanks, Torneko. It's a good thing they're weak. Anyway, now that I'm not worried about being hit, I can read my scroll. Oh, look, there's a slug. Oh, it was the other way. Thank you, scroll. Oops. Go up. There we go. Yeah, there's a high scores list for some reason. Which is interesting, I guess.